What if I told you that the architecture of your mind was never meant to be permanent? What if you were always meant to be the architect?
Think about it for a second. The person you are today, is that the person you'll be forever? Is your mind truly set in stone?
For centuries, the answer to that was a firm yes. The brain was seen as a finished sculpture, hardened after childhood. Its pathways, they were considered fixed for life.
But it turns out we were profoundly wrong. The great discovery of our time revealed a simple, elegant truth. The sculpture is never actually finished.
So, this leads us to a whole new premise, one that honestly changes everything. It's the idea of the rewritable brain.
The scientific principle behind this is called neuroplasticity. And what it means is that your brain is not a fixed object. It's a living, dynamic network. It's constantly adapting, constantly reorganizing itself with every single thought, every feeling, every action. It is always in a state of becoming.
So think of it this way. You are not a prisoner of your own neurology, not at all. You're its programmer. Your brain is the hardware, and it's designed to be updated with new software at any age.
Okay, so if the brain can change, that begs the question, what's the catalyst? How do you actually forge that first new path through the dense jungle of old habits?
Well, here's the thing. Lasting change doesn't always have to take years. Sometimes it can begin in a single, powerful moment of insight. It's like a quantum leap from one state of being to a completely new one.
It all starts with pure intention. Now, I don't just mean a passive wish. I mean a truly focused thought, a clear, conscious decision about who you are choosing to be. This is what becomes the new instruction for your mind.
But an instruction, all by itself, isn't quite enough. It needs energy to make it real. And that energy, well, that comes from a powerful emotion, something like gratitude or joy or a deep sense of inspiration. Emotion is the catalyst. It's the ingredient that makes the new thought actually stick.
So here's a little bit on how it works. Your focused thought selects a new neural circuit in the brain. The strong emotion you feel then signals your body's chemistry to essentially save that circuit. And that combination, it forges a durable, lasting connection. This is how a new belief is born.
All right, so now we have the formula, a focused thought combined with a strong emotion. But for this process to really work, it needs the right environment. There's an ideal state of being for this kind of change to truly take hold.
In our normal, everyday waking state, our analytical mind is always on guard. It questions new information, it doubts, it analyzes, but there's another state we can access, a slower, more dreamlike state. And in this state, that guard just steps aside. The door to the subconscious opens wide, and the mind becomes incredibly receptive to new programming.
So once that door to the subconscious is open, the real practice can begin. And this is the work of consciously rehearsing a new reality.
Now here is something truly amazing about your brain. To your brain, vividly imagining an experience is pretty much the same as actually living it. So when you mentally rehearse a future you want, your brain starts firing and wiring the exact circuits you'll need for it. You're basically installing the neurological hardware before the experience even happens. Now, to make this new pathway permanent, the key is repetition. Think about it like walking the same path through a forest. Every single time you walk it, the trail gets clearer, more defined, and easier to follow. It's the exact same with your brain. By repeatedly revisiting a new thought and a new feeling, you are signaling to your brain that this isn't just a temporary event. This is a permanent part of who you are now.
So now we bring all of these elements together. This is the synthesis. This is that magic moment when all of your conscious effort finally becomes an unconscious habit. It becomes the new automatic.
You can really think of it as a kind of algorithm for personal change. First, the focused visualization. That creates the map. Then, entering that receptive brain state. That opens the door. Next, the emotional engagement. That's what saves the work. And finally, spaced repetition. That's what makes the entire new program run on its own, automatically.
The real goal here is to move beyond that phase of conscious practice into a state of unconscious habit. It's no longer something you have to try to do. It becomes something you simply are. Effortless, natural, automatic.
So the tools are all available. The science is incredibly clear. You are, without a doubt, the architect of your own mind. The only question that remains is what will you choose to build?